What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to be telling you guys who I think should win the NFL awards with all the categories. I'm going to be breaking down the stats and just, giving my opinion. Hope you guys enjoy. So for the MVP award, okay, I was thinking Aaron Rodgers at first, but I really got to go with Tom Brady. I mean, looking at his stats, 44 years old. Okay, he led the league in passing yards and passing touchdowns with the Buccaneers, leading them to, of course, the NFC South, a winning record, and a playoff berth. So looking at his stats of 2021, led in completions and attempts, 5,300 yards at the age of 44, 43 touchdowns, pretty high interception, more interceptions than Aaron Rodgers at 12 interceptions. But I don't know, I generally think that he should be the MVP the way he played, 44 years old. Aaron Rodgers, I mean, he is playing always like that, but I really think, Tom Brady had more an effect on that offense. I think he played better statistically. I know Aaron Rodgers has the better QBR, more completion. His completion percentage is better. Didn't throw as much interceptions, but I'm really going with Tom Brady here. Okay, once again, 44 years old, a valuable player. I know the Buccaneers would not be a good team without Tom Brady, and I know you can say the same about Aaron Rodgers. It's a very close race for me, but I'm giving it to Tom Brady. Better passer this year, more yards, more touchdowns. I really got to go with Tom Brady. This one is very close to really break down into it. I can see it going either way, but I'm going with Tom Brady to win the MVP award. So for the Offensive Player of the Year, this one's also very close, but I'm going with Cooper Kupp of the Los Angeles Rams. 1,900 yards, led the league, got the Triple Crown with receptions, yards, and touchdowns. 145 receptions, 16 touchdowns. Came so close to breaking the record of Calvin Johnson. I think he was only like 18 yards short. Was a Pro Bowler this year, All-Pro, first team. And he's on the Rams, a winning record, who's going on to the Super Bowl. I know this is a regular season award, but I think, Cooper Kupp's season was way more impressive than Jonathan Taylor. Looking at Jonathan Taylor, he led the league in almost everything with rushing yards and rushing categories, but I'm really going with the Rams and Cooper Kupp. Jonathan Taylor, I mean, he didn't play too good against the Jags when it mattered the most compared to Cooper Kupp. He had every game this year, he had a great game. I don't know. I gotta give it to Cooper Kupp. I think his season was more impressive. I think 1,900 receiving yards is a lot more impressive than 1,900 rushing yards. That's just my opinion. There's very few people who got around this amount of yards receiving compared to running backs. So we have a couple of 2,000 yard rushers, a couple of 1,600 plus yard rushers in the NFL history. Not many with 1,900 receiving yards. Only Calvin Johnson and, of course, Cooper Kupp. So I'm giving Offensive Player of the Year to Cooper Kupp. Defensive Player of the Year, I mean, this one's kind of obvious. It's TJ Watt. Okay, my favorite player in the league right now. Led the league in stats, tied the record for sacks, 22.5 sacks. Looking at everything else, 5 forced fumbles, 7 pass deflections, 3 fumble recoveries, had a touchdown in the playoffs, but obviously it's a regular season award. Led the league in tackles for loss, had combined 64 tackles. He was a first-team All-Pro, Pro Bowler. Here's the thing why he's Defensive Player of the Year. Okay, he led in those two categories, tackles for loss and sacks, tied the sack record by missing 3 games. In only 15 games he got that done. That's why I think he's Defensive Player of the Year. Most dominant player in the league this year. Close with Aaron Donald. Aaron Donald's definitely up there, but I think TJ Watt had a more dominant year. I mean, when he's on that field, you can see he's a Steelers MVP, 100%. Defensive MVP in the league and the regular MVP for the Steelers, 100%. Anybody who watches Steeler games would know that, when watching him not on the field, the Steelers defense is atrocious. QB has so much time. Put TJ Watt on there, he's getting double teamed, triple teamed, sometimes held, and he's getting in the backfield, making tackles, rushing the quarterback, sacking the quarterback. 100% giving it to TJ Watt for Defensive Player of the Year. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Jamar Chase. This one was kind of obvious. That was about 1 or 2 weeks where it was kind of competitive with him and Mac Jones, but the way he finished end of the year, unbelievable. 1,400 yards, 13 touchdowns. One of the best rookie receiving seasons of all time. We thought we saw that last year with Justin Jefferson, but Jamar Chase just had a way better year. Made the Pro Bowl, and obviously the Bengals as well, another playoff team. That Bengals trio, that wide receiver trio with Joe Burrow, Passon, and Joe Mixon in the back, backfield, unbelievable. They're going to be dangerous. They're all young too. As a Steeler fan, it hurts, but they're going to be dangerous. They're going to lead the AFC North, I think, for the next 2 or 3 years, unless the Steelers or Ravens pull something out to really get that. And the Browns, I think they're going downhill. But anyway, back to Offensive Rookie of the Year. I think Jamar Chase has this, one of the best offensive rookie years of all time. Defensive Rookie of the Year, probably the most obvious Defensive Rookie of the Year of all time also. I mean, one of the best defensive seasons of all time in Cowboys history, let alone rookies. Wow, I just can't believe it. Looking at his stats as well, he's a middle linebacker with 13 sacks. He can play anywhere. Defensive end, outside linebacker, 3 forced fumbles, 3 pass deflections, 84 combined tackles. I already said 13 sacks. Not many, 0 interceptions, but that's all right at the linebacker spot. Just the fact that he can play anywhere, he's always on the field. Cowboys, another team that had a good record going to the playoffs. I think it's pretty obvious. Parsons is, going to take this Defensive Rookie of the Year award. So for Comeback Player of the Year, it was close to the beginning. It was between Dak Prescott and Nick Bosa for me. They were having great games, great first couple weeks of the season. Joe Burrow, I mean, he was obviously up there for candidate, but he wasn't playing as good earlier in the year. The Bengals were playing good. He was playing good too, but not as good as guys like Nick Bosa and Dak Prescott. It wasn't until, halfway through the season, towards the end, Joe Burrow threw for that 500-yard game. Take a look at his game log right now. Versus Kansas City Chiefs threw for 446 yards and 4 touchdowns. That's insane. Back-to-back 4 touchdown games the last 2 weeks of the season. That really locked up Comeback Player of the Year. Took the AFC North, got into the playoffs. I'm going with Comeback Player of the Year, Joey Burrow. Coach of the Year, this one is also tough too. I mean, I was going with Rich Bisaccia, the interim head coach of the Raiders, the former head coach of the Raiders. I kind of don't agree with them. I'll let him go, but it is what it is. I think he went to the Packers. Yeah, as a special teams coach, they got a great coach for that. Packers got a steal. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets another chance at head coach in the near future. But I was going with him, because of everything the Raiders were going through. We saw Henry Ruggs. We saw John Gruden, getting fired, and then he basically had to take his spot. And then still having a winning record and getting to playoffs. It's very close between him and Zach Taylor for Coach of the Year. This one is really not. I can't have a pick for this one yet. I know it's not going to be Bisaccia. I just know it's not. I think it's going to be either Zach Taylor or somebody else like that. But in my opinion, if I was to choose, I would choose Bisaccia. The fact that he got the Raiders to the playoffs, everything that went on, off the field and on the field issues. I don't know. My Coach of the Year is Bisaccia. I think it's going to be Zach Taylor, though. I don't know. But it is what it is. Going through the awards one more time. All right, I'm announcing the awards that night. I think it's Thursday night, actually. MVP, Tom Brady. Offensive Player of the Year, Cooper Kupp. Defensive Player of the Year, TJ Watt. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Jamar Chase. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Micah Parsons. I always mispronounce his first name by accident. Comeback Player of the Year, Joe Burrow. And then Coach of the Year. In my opinion, I want it to be Bisaccia. Who I think is going to win, Zach Taylor. We don't know. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, make sure to leave a like, subscribe to my channel. I'm out, guys. Peace.